Thank you, AJ. I am humbled and very, very, very thankful for being a part of your 26 out of 26. I feel like liberation through design is something that I want people to feel. Hello, AHJ. This is Shimona Bhansali of DesignHex, a multidisciplinary design studio that does interiors, architecture, and products. We are based in Mumbai, but we hate to call ourselves just another practice. We like to call ourselves a craft, because with every new project, every new product, or every new site that we take up, we ensure that we are curating the most crafted experiences, or the most crafted details, or the most crafted products together that need to exist, that are there with intention and a lot of deliberation. We ensure that we're not just another design practice that came to be, because who needs another design practice or another sofa or another table or anything new in design when so many great talents already exist. So I always tell my team that if we're designing something, or if we have to get onto something, that it better be so beautiful that it needed to exist, that people should know that had we not existed, they would have never been privileged to be able to see that. So if we can't do that for people, then we need not exist at all. And hence we are more of a craft, because that's where our thought originates from. We ensure that our spaces don't merely exist. They speak, they sing, they dance, they endure. Timeless, like the stones beneath the arches of a cathedral, or the profound verses that echo through ages. We embrace the wild, the uncharted, and the beautifully imperfect. Each project we design, we ensure that it's a monument to individuality. At DesignHex, we don't build to conform, we build to transform. We don't build to replicate, but we build to inspire. In 2026, the best thing that has happened is that world has come to realize, after a lot of cycles of different things and trends and whatnot, that design is more about the individual rather than the space. And there's a lot of talk going around, and it's always been around, that a place needs to, or an interior designed space especially, needs to belong to a location or its geographical location. Of course, in terms of the kind of materials, the kind of temperature, weather conditions, light, etc., those you cannot ignore. That will definitely be the start point of planning of any project. But I feel like the human as an individual is more a spiritual being than a physical animal bound by a space, time, or place. And I feel like we are free to belong to any place that our heart desires, because we create our reality and we manifest what we want to see around us. And design should be able to avail us of that. Design should liberate us. Design should not bind us in any way. So I think design has that power and that potential to liberate a human to be able to dream and imagine anything that you wish for, and for it to be created. And the beauty about 2026 is that a lot of people have come to realize that, and especially by God's grace, we've managed to manifest and attract a beautiful bunch of clients that desire nothing less but anything that their heart can wildly imagine to come to life. And hence 2026 is the year of the individual, where every individual as a spiritual being is choosing what works for them in terms of their emotions, in terms of their lifestyle, in terms of where they want to belong, in terms of where their heart wants to be at. You know, one thing that we definitely take care of since the very beginning of our practice is that all our spaces are moving towards building a very strong emotional infrastructure for our clients. We know that humans respond a lot to the spaces that they live in, you know, the kind of curves, the kind of tactility, the light, temperature, you know, so all of our senses need to kind of be calm in a place where you need to be calm. They need to be energized in a place where they need energy. So I feel like we understand that, and we take it very seriously when we are designing for the client and for the space, because it is their emotions that need to have a strong infrastructure to exist with ease. So I think building strong emotional infrastructure for our clients would be at the core of our design choices this year. So DesignHex as a practice, or rather the craft that we like to call it, is against the templated design. It's against relying on a safety net. It's going bold with everything that intuitively inspires us. In a lot of our work, we're trying to bring out the Indian stories, which are so rich with craft and culture. And I think Indian craft has really come to the center and attention of the entire world now. And it's been there for long, but the way it's being received and understood by contemporary designers across the world. I'm so glad to be in this time and age where design is actually bringing the whole world together, and kind of all of our crafts across the countries are mixing up to form newer art forms, and newer craftsmen are born, and crafts are getting importance again. And India, being at the core of craftsmanship for centuries now, is getting its due credit finally, and a center stage across the most known brands in the world as well. I am really humbled and glad to be living in today's time and age, working with my co-Indian designers and bringing Indian craftsmanship to the world.